Greetings, everyone. Hope everyone is having an awesome day. This is 49th day of my 100 days .NET and day 4 of my .NET MAUI learning challenge. In this series, I'm building a full-scale music player application. Last day, I implemented the music list UI and fetched the data from static JSON file. Then populated the list using MVVM approach. Today I'll try to dive in more into native features. So let's get started. Last episode, this is the UI I've built, and this is the main screen to show musics, and this is working pretty smooth, and also this is beautiful. And this episode, we will need to show the real musics, right? Because this is a music app at the end of the day. So this episode will gonna be more of a research because I have no idea how to access native components and how to access musics and everything. So I'll have to research about that and figure out a way how to show the actual musics in the list. Now, after doing a little bit of research, what I found that there is one problem. First of all, I cannot directly access music data like this on the iOS because iOS does not allow you to access shared storage. So what we need to do is we need to import musics manually. So to verify this, I actually downloaded a couple of music apps into my iPhone, and all of the music apps are the same. That can We have to manually import music over there. For the Android, we only can do this on the Android. And now I don't know if this is a cool thing or bad thing. That depends. But in uh, in .NET MAUI, what we can do is we can write native code. So here, this is like this cursor and all these media store stuff. That is straight from the Android Studio. Okay, so this is not related to Maui at all. This is this is Android native code. Now the cool thing about this is that we can write this right here directly, and then we can refer this and then execute this. So in the Android, we can iterate all the musics from the file system and then return it based on this. Now there is one other problem. So far I've been testing this app on my iPhone emulator, and when I'm trying to run this on the Android emulator, this thing is the debugger is getting stopped. I know there is no error because it's running properly on. It's not showing any error on the Android as well, but the problem is the debugger is getting stopped. Now I have to find out a solution for this. Then only I'll be able to test what's if it's working or not properly. So here's the thing. I've resolved the problem, which was why my debugger is not connecting to my Android emulator. So I found out that the Android emulator, there was a conflicting port, and I don't know which port it was running. So what I had to do is I ran a separate command just to run to the specific port. So it is probably 8785 that down in Maui was trying to connect, and it was refusing the connection. For some reason, it was opening the app. And so, however, now whenever we are opening the app, we can see that this debugger is getting hit. So this is a logic, and this is Android native code. And if if you see here, if I run this right here, then this thing actually executes without any error. And the problem is though, it's not finding any music, although I downloaded some musics over here, so it should be able to find this. So if I run this right here, it should open the app. And as you can see, the UI is exactly the same, which is a good thing. And let me check if the musics are actually there. So if I just scroll, and why it's searching on Google. I want to search on here. So forget it. Let's try to find here, and in files there should be two MP3 musics, as you can see these things, but it's not detecting here. I have to I have to figure out what's wrong. And one more thing, guys. I don't know if you guys noticed this before, but the debugger is not actually doing anything. There is no coloring, no syntax coloring. The debugger is does not know what are these values, so I can only assume this that platform specific codes are totally out of context of the application. So the good thing about Maui so far is that it is able to run native code, but the problem is if I cannot debug my code, if I cannot see my code and tell what's going on, then that's a problem. Because come on, guys, like what's happening here? Do you know? I don't know. Like literally. So we have to find a better way how to do this. And I'm pretty sure we can also write this inside of here, but I don't know how to import this, how to execute this. And apparently, based on the documentation, we can only do this by whenever we only build this for Android. So we're not gonna build this only for Android. We're gonna run the general debugger. So I think that's not an option for us as well. And in the iOS, this thing does not hit. So this is running successfully. So I wish I could have done a little more today, but I only learned that how to run platform specific code. It is successfully running, so that is working. But I wish I could have at least fetched some music. Although if it didn't work, so I will try to do this tomorrow. Let's see. I hope I will be able to fetch music. So my plan for tomorrow is actually uh, instead of automatically reading all the music, I'll first implement the import so that I can test this on iOS emulator because it's much easier to test this over there. And then whenever it's done, I'll probably add an extra functionality to import music from automatically show all the musics from the device for only the Android device. So thank you so much guys for watching the video, and see you in the next video.